You don't need to dance, you don't need to compromise your values, and you don't need to turn yourself into an influencer to build an income online. In this series, I'm walking you through what works for Muslim women who wants to build an online digital business using faceless content and a foundation rooted in your deen. Just a few months ago, I stood in the baby aisle calculating whether I could afford another pack of diapers, or better quality diapers. And today, only in the last 6 months, I've alhamdulillah made over 13,000 US dollars with faceless organic content. No ads, no dancing, and without ever showing my face on Instagram. I didn't have, and I still don't have, a big audience, but I did have the clarity to create content that speaks to the right person. And now I teach other sisters how to do the same without compromising their values. Assalamu alaikum, I am Sister J, and in November 2024, I was at the end of my maternity leave, and I was watching time fly by and feeling the pressure build. We needed money badly, but going back to work to a 9 to 5 felt like I was just walking into a life that I did not want, especially after becoming a mom. I didn't want to put my kid in daycare. I don't want anyone else to raise her. I didn't want to have to ask for prayer breaks or have to fake a smile while explaining my values to someone who just did not want to understand me. And I definitely did not want to trade my time for money in a way that cost me more than it paid me. But I also knew that dua was just not enough. I had to tie my camel. And for me, that meant learning something new, a new skill. What no one talks about when it comes to digital marketing is that it is not neutral. It is not a one size fits all. Most of what's taught assumes that you're okay with showing your face, hopping on trends, or, sharing big parts of your personal life. And I did not want that, but I also did not want to settle. I want something sustainable, something purposeful, and something that actually is aligned with my beliefs and my values. Okay, so I actually did have experience when it comes to content. I've created content for many, many years on a face-forward personal account where I have like 70,000 followers. Crazy, I know. I followed the influencer playbook while trying to maintain my modesty and my values, which is not easy, by the way. I got millions of views, some brand collabs here and there, free abayas, which was pretty nice. And I worked a lot. I posted a lot. I was very consistent. But the most I made was maybe $300 once in a blue moon. Because getting paid as a Muslimah influencer who doesn't want to compromise their values, you're not going to get a lot of juicy deals. And it's wild when you realize that you can follow all the viral advice, right? How to grow Instagram, how to do this, and still be broke, still feel burnt out and boxed in. And maybe I didn't do everything right because I actually didn't want to dance on camera. But deep down, I knew that the problem wasn't effort. It was alignment and strategy. So I started fresh. I started anew. A faceless anonymous account from zero. From scratch. No help from anyone. And that new page, which is my Sister J Creates, I did not show my face, did not hop on trends. I just had real content and a clear message. And alhamdulillah, before I even hit 800 followers, I had made 6,000 USD. And that's when I realized you don't need a massive audience. You don't need to go viral, and you don't need to be an expert when you start. But you do need clarity. And you do need to learn how to create content that speaks to the right person, the one you're selling to, right? And that doesn't happen by accident. I had to properly learn this stuff. I had to take it seriously. I was studying this stuff. I was studying how faceless content actually works in the Muslimah market. Not the algorithm stuff, not the TikTok, whatever stuff, right? But what sisters actually respond to. What makes them stop scrolling? What makes them trust you enough to buy your 4-figure product and come back again? And honestly, it's kind of wild to me that so many sisters expect and think that their content will automatically convert without ever being taught how to do that with faceless content. Because let me tell you, I went through a lot of trial and error. I did a ton of experimenting, analyzing, refining, finding the best hook or whatever, but alhamdulillah, it paid off. One reel I made led to a comment. That comment led to a conversation. And that conversation led to a low ticket, low cost sale. And eventually that sister became a $1,000+ client. And that didn't happen because I had the perfect strategy or the perfect aesthetic looking feed. Honestly, I think my Instagram feed looks kind of messy. I don't know, but I don't care. It doesn't really matter, I think. But because I intentionally had learned how to build trust through my content without ever needing to go viral. I didn't do it through copy pasting what works for others or others outside of my niche. I had to literally figure out how faceless content for sisters, specifically for Muslim women, works. What builds trust? What feels safe? What feels real? And that is what I now teach inside my course and through my coaching, because you just can't post in hope. Honestly, that's a waste of your precious time and your effort. You need a system, a framework specifically for us, for sisters who want to be faceless. Because your content should be working for you, even when you're not posting every day. Especially if you're a busy mom, or you feel like you're starting late, or you just want to fast track your progress in your existing business. This 6-part mini-series is not about hype, and it's not about overnight success. And I'm not here to pretend that it is easy, okay? But if you've ever looked around online and thought, astaghfirullah, I can't do that, I want to tell you that you absolutely can. Without showing your face, without dancing on camera, and without sharing every detail of your personal life. But you do, however, need the right guidance, you need the right skills, and you need the right foundation. And that is what this series is here to help you with, inshallah. And if you want to go deeper, you do not have to figure it out all on your own. Subscribe for more on how to create an income from faceless content without sacrificing your values. And check out my affordable Muslimah Startup Guide. Or if you're ready to fast track your progress, take a look at my full course Muslimah Creates. You'll find all the links below. Assalamu alaikum.